Hello everyone, this is part 3 in my ethical hacking series, and this is where the hacking actually begins. So up until this moment, what we've been doing is more like wetting the surface, getting things ready. It's now time to get our hands dirty. So in this video, I'll be talking about the art of information gathering. So when it comes to hacking, there are many stages of hacking. Now, I don't care what is your target. The very first stage is the stage of information gathering. This is where you gather as much information as you can about your target. When you have a target, you don't just go hacking away. You need to gather as much information as you can. The email addresses, subdomains, stuff like that. Anything that can help you to make your job easier. The better you are at information gathering, the better you are as a hacker, the easier your job will become. So first and foremost, we need to get a target. Now this is where it becomes a bit dicey. When it comes to hacking, you need to have permission. Especially ethical hacking, you need to have permission. This is very, very important, guys. You need to have permission, written permission, before you can hack any system. If you don't have permission and you just go hacking any system, then they can hold you legally and you can likely go to jail. So it's very, very important you should have written permission before hacking any system. Now, luckily for you, there are quite a number of sites online you can actually test many of these skills on. So if I come here, I have a few sites opened up. Now this is hackerone.com. HackerOne is a bug bounty site. Now this is where massive companies, big companies, they register with this website. And a lot of hackers are on this platform. Now, these companies, a lot of them, pay these hackers to find vulnerabilities in their services. So you go here, you come here, and you sign up to this website. Once you sign up, you'll be given a list of companies that you can test on. Of course, you have to read their terms and conditions. Read what is out of scope and what is in scope. But it's a very wonderful site, HackerOne. I actually like the site. And you can go there and learn. There are some CTF assignments that capture the flag. And the more you solve these assignments, you'll be invited into other private programs. So it's a very, very good site, hackerone.com. Now I'll show you another option as well. There is bugcrowd.com. This is also another good one. Many companies, they come here, they register with this with bugcrowd, and you as a pen tester, you would check them, and whichever one suits your fancy, you can decide to start hacking away. But you need to read their terms and conditions. So if I come here under programs, you see the many companies that are registered with bugcrowd, quite a lot of them. So these are some of the companies that are registered with them. And as you can see, these are some of the rewards that are given if you find a vulnerability, depending on the severity of the vulnerability, of course. There are quite a lot of them, so many of them. I can load more results. And you can see there are so many of them. For the purpose of this video, I'll not be using any of these, but I encourage you to go here and test your skills. The more, you know what I keep saying, consistency over time is success. I know it might seem daunting at first, but the more you keep trying, the better you become. In this video, I'll be using this site, hackthisite.org. Now, if we come here, see the description. Hack This Site is a free, safe, and legal training ground for hackers to test and expand their hacking skills. More than just another hacker wargame site, we're a living, breathing community with many active projects in development, with a vast selection of hacking articles and a huge forum where users can discuss hacking, network security, and just about everything. Tune into the Hacker Underground and get involved with the project. So it's a wonderful site. I would advise you to check it out, and see what you can make out of it. So this is what we are going to be using. Now, what we are interested in, we are going to get as much information as we can about this site. Now, this site could be any website, you want to use for your information gathering. The same procedures will still apply. But like I said, you must have written permission before you can make any test on any site. This is very, very important. So we'll be using Hack This Site. Now, Kali has a bunch of tools for information gathering. So if I come to the Start menu, as you can see here now, number 1 is information gathering. Now, that tells that Kali expects that this is the first place you should start. And it has quite a number of tools for that. If it's DNS analysis, if I expand this, these are some of the tools you can use for DNS analysis. If it's IDS, IPS identification, that is intrusion detection system, these are some of the tools as well. Live host identification system has its own tools as well, and so on and so forth. For this video, I'll be showing how to use recon-ng. Now, this is a very wonderful tool that can be used to do quite a lot of things related to information gathering. So I could start it from here. I could also go to the terminal, and when the terminal loads up, I could just type recon-ng. It will still work. But then I want to show you how it is, so that people will follow me and people will not get lost. So if I come to information gathering, I'll come here to recon-ng. Now, many of these tools you could use any of them for information gathering. There is no this is the tool, this is the only tool for a particular purpose. No, I would encourage you to test each and every one of them, see how they work, and that's the way to learn. So you need to be versatile with each and every one of the tools here. So if I come under Weekon and I click on that, so it's just going to take a little bit of time. And here, this is recon-ng. Now, the very first step you don't know where to start. You're like, okay, where do I start right now? If you're not sure, just type help. Now, help shows that, okay, these are the commands. Back exits the current context. So if I type back now and enter, so it closes. So let me go back. Let me go back to information gathering and click on recon-ng. So why did I say help? You should always start with help. Advice, I would encourage you to always start with help. Why did I say that? Because many of these tools, they change over time. Now, recon-ng, it wasn't actually, there are some things this new version has. So if you're familiar with the old version, you might get stuck. But once you just type help, you know where to start from. Okay, you know where to start from. So if I come here, you can see it says no modules. It gives me that one in there, no modules enabled or installed. And for you to start with Recon, you need modules. Okay, so to install the modules, I'll use the marketplace. refresh. I'll first refresh it. Now it's refreshed, and I'll say marketplace. Install all. I can search for a particular module I want to install, but I want to install everything, all the modules, that comes with for recon-ng. So I type marketplace install all and enter. So as you can see, it's installing the module one by one. I could have chosen just to install a particular module, but I just want to install all the modules I'll need. Alright, so the modules have been installed, and if you are still stuck on, okay, how do I continue? Just type, like I said, help. So this is the help menu, and shows you some of the things you can do. So let me say what can I do with the modules? So I'll just type it, modules. So you see, you can load, you can reload, you can search for a particular module. So let's say I want to search for, I could say modules, search, let me say Google, because I want to use Google to actually search subdomains of our targets. So I say module search Google. So this is one of the modules, or this is the only module, Weekon domain hosts Google site web. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy this. Now, what this does is that it uses the Google to find the hosts, the subdomains of our targets. So I'm going to copy this. Okay, I'm going to copy, and if you look at the usage here, modules, if I want to use a particular module, I just type like modules load, then the particular module I need. So I'll type modules load, and then I paste it. So it's loaded. So how do I use the Google site web module? So if I go up a bit on the help topics, there is a keyword here. There's a command here saying options, manages the current context options. So let me just type options. So it said options, I can list the modules, I can set, I can unset. So let me just say options list. So for this module, it requires the source. As you can see, what is the source? I have to put it here, and once I put it source, I could be able to run the module. So I'll to set the source, as you can see, there's options. I can use the set keyword. So I would say options set. Then what am I setting? I'm setting the source. I'm setting the source now to our target. Now it's showing default, which means there is no target. So I'm going to set the source now to hackthisite.org. So I'll say set source hackthisite.org. So the source has been set. So I'll just run the options list one more time. And yes, hackthisite.org. So to run it, I'll just type run. And as you can see, searching Google for hackthisite.org is going to search for all subdomains for hackthisite. It has already found some. It has found status.hackthisite, radio, v3dev, ctf. So we'll allow this to run, and when we are done, we'll see the results. So the operation is finished, and we can see we have 15 hosts found. So how do we see these hosts? Let me go back to help, and you see now there is a show command. So what does the show do? I type show, And with this show, you see, I can see companies, contacts, credentials, domain, hosts, leaks, locations. I'm looking for the host, so I'll just type show hosts. And these are the hosts. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to record this and keep this somewhere. It's part of my record keeping. So I'm seeing that, okay, these are some of the sites available. And what's the purpose of this? There might be some sites that might be vulnerable. Some sites I might see something which is not meant to be there. And that's the purpose of, some of this information gathering, which I'm doing. So I've just used recon-ng now to get 15 hosts of my targets, and it will help further my work on information gathering. So with that, I will come to the end of this video, and in the next video of information gathering, I will show you how to get emails related to this website, and those emails will also help me better understand my targets. And also, if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up, please subscribe, and if you're not sure of anything, you can ask the question in the comments below, and I'll be glad to help. So thank you very much.